This is the Orthodox Experience with Father Michael Lilly. Today's Saint of the Day will teach us about how we should treat our enemies and also about the truth of the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, one in essence. Saint Meletius, Archbishop of Antioch, is commemorated on February 12th of the church calendar. Meletius, this great and holy man, was an exceptional interpreter and defender of orthodoxy. His entire life was dedicated to his struggle against the Arian heresy, which did not recognize the Son of God as God and blasphemed the Holy Trinity. On 3 occasions, Meletius was banished and exiled from his archiepiscopal throne in Armenia. The struggle between the Orthodox and the heretics was raged so bitterly that on one occasion, when Meletius was preaching to the people in church concerning the Holy Trinity and unity, his own deacon, a heretic, ran over to him and covered his mouth with his hand. Not being able to speak with his mouth covered, Meletius spoke in signs. He raised his clenched hand in the air, opening at first his 3 fingers and showing them to the people. After that he closed his hand and raised up 1 finger. He participated in the Second Ecumenical Council in Constantinople in the year 381, where Emperor Theodosius showed him special honor. At this council, God revealed a miracle through this hierarch. When Meletius was propounding the dogma of the Holy Trinity to Arius, at first he only raised 3 fingers, separately one by one, and after that folded them into one. At that moment, before all those present, a light shone like lightning from his hand. At this council, Meletius confirmed Gregory the theologian on the patriarchal throne in Constantinople. Earlier, Meletius had ordained Basil the Great to the diaconate and baptized John Chrysostom. After the close of the council, St. Meletius completed his earthly life in Constantinople. His relics were translated to Antioch. St. John Chrysostom demonstrates the immense nobility of this great hierarch. It would be unjust to omit, says St. John Chrysostom, that which occurred during one of the banishments of Meletius from Antioch. When the governor sat down in the coach and seated the saint beside him, he began to drive with great speed through the square. From all sides, the citizens hurled stones that fell like hail on the head of the governor, for they could not be parted from their hierarch easily, and were prepared to part with life rather than part with this saint. But what did this blessed man do? Seeing the stones flying, he covered the head of the governor with his cloak. Thus he shamed his adversaries by his tremendous meekness. And he taught a lesson to his followers as to what kind of forgiveness we ought to show toward those who offend us. He showed them that it is not enough to refrain from doing them evil, but rather, with all power, we must remove any danger that threatens them. Holy Hierarch Meletius, pray to God for us.